Noswaith a very good evening. Croeso i'r the Bridge Meadow Stadium, the Ogi Bridge Meadow Stadium, at that, on a return to competitive football here at the Bridge Meadow Stadium. Over my shoulder, you will see a pristine-looking Bridge Meadow Stadium, famed for its carpet-like texture and excellent footballing skills. And hopefully that's what we're in for a treat for here this evening. Kickoff is at 8 o'clock, so there is plenty of time still for you to come on down and see some great football. It's the Nathaniel MG Cup this evening, where the Haverfordwest County Bluebirds are going to be taking on Barrytown United. And it's going to be a bit of a reunion for some of the players as well, who have been switching sides and allegiances during the summer window. And it's been a topsy-turvy pre-season, you could say. Tony Pennock now at the helm of the Bluebirds here at the Ogi Bridge Meadow Stadium, having taken over after the very quick departure of Nicky Hayen, who's gone to Club Bruges. Tony Pennock, of course, of Hull coaching staff, that's right, Hull of the Championship, is going to be here this evening. And in fact, over my shoulder, you'll see some of the injury list today. We've got Elliot Scotcher on the bench, on the sidelines, and Jazz Richards has just walked past us as well. They're in their tracksuits. Will they make an appearance? It doesn't look like it, as they're not getting ready for the warm-up. But what you will see are the players coming out very shortly. There's a small crowd building up already, and you might be able to hear in the background a little bit of pre-match entertainment provided by FreaQuincy, who are here this evening. It is a beautiful, beautiful evening, perfect for a game of football. I'm still in my short sleeves for now, with kickoff happening at 8 o'clock. So 45 minutes away, it's been pushed back, which is perfect timing for you to come on down and sample some great football. It's a cup match. The JD Cymru Premier League kicks off next on Friday, I think it is, a week today, against Carnarvon. That's also a home match, and I think Purist Radio are going to be there for that one as well. The Bluebirds, of course, finishing in the bottom part of the conference, but doing really well towards the end of that season. Can they bring that consistency through with all of the changes that have been? A lot of the players signed. With Nicky Hayen was here. Tony Pennock's come in, and we've seen flashes of really good football with plenty of goals being scored as well. With two matches against Swansea, the Swansea select side, Swansea under 23s as well. The Bluebirds have been scoring well. They've got a new keeper in goal that's ringing the changes. And we're in for a very entertaining game of football here this evening. Is Tony Pennock's style going to be similar to what we've been used to seeing with Nicky Hayen on the second half of that season? Will they progress well in the Nathaniel Cup? And how will they do in the JD Cymru Premier? What's really exciting this season is we broke this on the Pure West Sports Show with Ethan Evans and Morris on Monday. But Ryan, who put together the documentary You Can Have It All, he's been sanctioned to do another series of behind the scenes, so you can see exactly what's going on here at the Bridge Meadow Stadium. And on top of You Can Have It All Season 2, you will also have the opportunity to get into the Bluebirds' nest with a weekly vidcast as well. These are available on their YouTube channel. They're free to watch. And in fact, episode 1 dropped just the other day with Chairman Rob Edwards being the first guest on this vidcast. Very exciting. And what an insightful way to find out how the club runs, what makes it tick, what their ambitions are, and how they're going to achieve this. It's fantastic. And I recognize a very familiar voice over here. He's pulling faces at me, so I'm going to call him in. Bill Kahn, we are live on Facebook.
Trying to grow up. Hello, Tom. How are you? How is your lovely better half, yeah?
Well, luckily, she's on the camera right now. And Bill, I was just talking about all the changes that have been rung here at the Bridge Meadow Stadium. Tony Pennock in charge now. Are we going to see a similar style of football? What do you predict?
Well, he told me he'd be looking for 3 at the back when I spoke to him last. That'll change, depending on who they're playing, obviously. But if you look, the dugouts, all the sort of things. Have you been in the changing rooms? The home changing room now has got chairs arranged so that everyone's got to sit down and listen to the manager. The kitchen, the bar, they've all been totally renovated, and it can only be good for the club, for spectators as well. It's nice that there's a bit more comfort here as well. Exciting time.
Very exciting. And I know that we've talked about this on the Friday update. We did that this morning. You can catch up on that on our Facebook, the Pembrokeshire Sports Update with pembrokeshiresport.co.uk with the one and only Bill Kahn. And always plug. And we've talked about this before. Do you think Tony's got an idea in his head as to where he thinks he's going to finish up, or do you think it's just get through the season? Or
if they're wise, they won't make any rash sort of forecasts. I mean, he's inherited a team in some ways, and a lot of managers won't like that. They want to bring in people they've got every confidence in. So it's a fait accompli almost. I know he's telling me he was looking for a striker. That's no secret. But all the rest are players that he didn't choose. So he's got to bed them into his way of playing. It's going to be different no matter what philosophy he's got. It's got to be different from the last one. So I said, I think this morning, to me, if they stay in this division for a couple of years, it is a success. It's a huge division. You know the quality. And you're playing against sides like New Saints, Caernarfon, sides that are almost, today, I suppose, full-time professionals. And I know Rob Edwards' aim is to become a full professional, but it's going to take time. And I just say, I hope they have a good season. We'll come and watch. And I hope in the end, people will come and support them. And that helps. And that if they finish halfway, I think that'll be amazing.
Yeah, and if they can make it over that 6th place spot, that'll be a big success.
Absolutely. And even that brings its problems, because then you've got to think about Europe, and it costs money. But if you get into Europe, of course, you get financial support. The last time they got into Europe with an Icelandic team playing, it involved a huge financial loss because there wasn't the money provided by JD Premier League in those days, So.
And we're here this evening for the Nathaniel Cup. So this is a cup competition. Do you think they're going to treat the league and the cup separately? What do you see playing out?
I think they have to. I mean, if it was me, I'd be saying main priority, number one, nothing else counts really, is the JD Cymru Premier. This is a bonus. If they can have a run in this, if they can have a run in the Welsh Cup, get a few home games, get the crowds here, that's got to be a bonus. But one of the things they've got to try and steer clear at the moment is injuries. They've lost at the moment Corey Shepherd and Kyle Patton, who to me are two fundamental members of the team. And they were injured in friendlies. And that's how football is. It's very competitive. It's very hard. You can see the boys here now. And, some of those are just bedding in. And we've lost those sort of people. I know Ricky Watts wasn't available for a week. We need him. We need those solid players at the back,
That'll be interesting. Of course, a lot of the academy players are coming through, inexperienced when it comes to senior matches as well. But of course, Barry have gone down. So how do you think they're looking at this competition?
I think to them it's going to be the league as well. These will be bonus competitions, because for them that was a disaster. If Haverfordwest had gone down in their place, you just think of the financial loss to the academy and things like that. You look here, and I was just talking earlier on to Yori Humphreys. Yeah, I talked to Lucas Davis last week, whose dad I know well, and they've come through. That's what we need, is some more boys like that. And they are coming, but in the end, you've got to buy players in, and that's got its own problems. Because if you want someone to come from Merthyr, it's a lot of travel. And the Devils were saying, well, look, I'd love to come, but there's the cost of transport, and I know I can get X number of pounds in Port Talbot or in wherever it is on the way down, Carmarthen, who are looking to come back in. They don't want to be out of this division.
Well, Carmarthen, they made a lot of big signings as well, haven't they? They've set their intentions high with what they're looking to achieve. And of course, also with some players that Haverfordwest have signed, there's actually a bit of a reunion going on with Abdelazizi as well, playing against his former side. Do you think that'll add a bit of spice for this fixture?
Doing it because they'll want to prove something, and the Barry Town boys be saying, let's sort of sort them out. It's an exciting time because there's so many questions that haven't got an answer, and we won't have that answer tonight, whoever wins, but we'll have an answer within a month, I think, and we'll know that's where we are, and that's what they got to build on now.
And for those that think, it's a cup game, it's a bonus if there's a good run, Caernarfon next week, that's when the real business starts.
That's when it'll hit the fan there. Caernarfon are a good side, there's no doubt about that. And they got money, haven't they? That's the difference. I remember talking to the chairman of New Saints here last year. Lovely fella, got a big fedora hat, and he's a great character. But he was telling me the money that he's pumped into that from Total Network Solutions, which he owned, phenomenal. But there isn't a sugar daddy down here like that. And no matter how hard you try to raise funds, there's Colin and Helen, who are Ben Fawcett's mum and dad. They come, but they're great supporters. But there isn't a mass amount of money around here. Can you think of one big industry who could pour money in here? I can't.
Other than the heavy industry, your Valeros and your Tesco's and your Oakwoods and Bluestones, I suppose they're the biggest enterprises around here.
Most of those have got big stores all over the place. Valero haven't, and Bluestone don't. But they are also committed to a lot of other things as well, It's catch-22, Tom.
It is. Now, Barrytown come down usually very well supported. What do you think of the entertainment we've got on tonight, Bill?
The music is a trifle loud, and do you know, Helen, I hate this thump, thump, thump. I gave you Duff Jen this morning. I said, dream, dream, dream. Yeah. Did you get that? By Glenn Campbell.
Yeah, it's called. It's an Everly Brothers song as well, isn't it?
Everly Brothers song, but I know I've heard Glenn Campbell singing that, and I thought after Prush you wouldn't have it. But the music is not quite my cup of tea. But then I'm 75, so you play what you like. But they've got a blinking loud guy with a drum, and there's sometimes I would like to stick that drum somewhere, because it's not about the game. It's about bang bang. Look at me. I'm not. I bet if I said to you who scored the 2 goals, he wouldn't know. Not a clue. It's like the Barmy Army. They're not my favourites.
And then finally, Bill, thank you so much for taking your time and chatting to me. I love it. It's like Friday mornings. This is what the Pembrokeshire Sports Update's all about. Score predictions.
Tonight, I've got a clue. I'll say 2-1 to Haverfordwest, more in hope than expectation. Because it's first game, isn't it? Yeah.
It's really exciting, isn't it? Yeah. Beautiful evening for it.
Yeah, it couldn't be nicer, could it? And these boys who've come into Haverfordwest County have got a lot to prove. The ones who've been here want to show Tony Pennock, hey, I've been here on merit and I'm worth keeping, We need big performances from Ricky Watts and people like that. He's a natural leader. We've lost some key players. Corey Shepherd and Kyle Patton, their loss, temporary loss, albeit, but long-term at the moment, is immeasurable. They are talent. There's no doubt about that.
When Shepherd's on the pitch, you are well aware that he is on the pitch. The way that he can run from box to box and just boss that middle section and set up goals, it's fantastic.
Well, last game I saw Swansea, they were a bit overwhelmed early on. Swansea were good. But Dylan Rees, who's captain, playing in the middle of the heart of the defence. Now, Dylan isn't a big guy. He's a brilliant fullback. And I think, all right, a sweeper slightly different is Corey Shepherd walking around behind us now. They need to have 2 big central defenders. One's injured. So you got to hope. Hi, Corey. Good. And, so it's all in a melting pot. I can't wait to see it now.
Fantastic. Well, there's still time for the kickoff. It's at 8 o'clock this evening. The sun is still shining. We've got the music playing. We've got food and drink ready to go. Bill, cup of tea for you?
It's your turn for coffee, but I don't know whether you could afford it. So
so come on down. We're here for the match. 2-1, Bill's predicting. I'm going to go with you on that one. I am indeed.
Helen, what's she predicting?
Helen.
2-0.
2-0. She's feeling confident. Yeah. There you go.
Lucas's mum and dad is 9 foot tall.
There you go. Tom and Bill here from PembrokeshireSport.co.uk and Pure West Radio at the Ogi Bridge Meadow Stadium. Come on down. And in fact, they're opening their shop, The Nest, the Bluebirds Nest underneath on the Riverside on Saturday the 13th. I believe it's a week tomorrow. So come on down. I'm getting myself a new shirt because I named it.
I was just going to say, a genius must have picked that name. Who did that?
That was me. Hoyle Amatro, and we'll see you soon.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.